Hello person on YouTube who clicked on my Rubik's Cube instructional video. So as we all know, obviously today I'm going to teach you the Rubik's Cube. First we should mix up our cube. Okay, pause. Okay. So now I have mixed up my cube. Now what we'll be trying to solve is the white face. So you'll be looking for making the white cross. So to do that, we need to find the 4 edge pieces, the 4 white edge pieces. So here's one, here's another one, and here are 2 of them. So we're trying to get the 4 edge pieces on the opposite face of what we're trying to solve. So we'll be trying to solve the white face, so the opposite will be the yellow face. So there's an edge piece already located there. So now we want to get this edge piece up here. So the way we do that is, we can't do this because that would destroy the other edge piece. So we will need to turn the edge piece away and leave a free empty slot for us to turn this edge piece up. So now that we got that edge piece up, we'll look for another one. So here's one. There's already an empty slot there, so we can just turn this and then it'll get up. Now, if we want to get the edge piece from this face up there, we will have to get it to one of the side slots. So you can do that by doing this, obviously. And again, we cannot do this because that will get rid of the other edge and we don't want that. So we have to turn the top again and make a free slot to turn this edge piece up. So now, we got the white daisy because it looks like a daisy. And okay, now the next step is to line up the edge pieces with the center pieces. So let's see, that's the red edge piece. Red and white edge piece. So we line it up with the red centerpiece. And once we line it up with the red centerpiece, we turn it 180 degrees up. And so we do the same with all the other edge pieces. Like for example, the orange edge piece is already lined up, so we turn it 180 degrees and etc. etc. And now once we do it, we get the white cross. Now the next step to solving the Rubik's Cube on one face is to get the corner pieces. So we look for the different colored corner pieces that we need. So we want to get this corner piece here. So we look white, red, and blue center pieces. So the corner piece must obviously be white, red, and blue. So we look for the corner piece with white, red, and blue. So the corner piece is here. Now we move it underneath where we want it to be. So we turn it here. See, this corner piece is here, but we want it up here. So now the algorithm to do that is right inverted, down, right, down inverted, right inverted, down, invert. Oh wait, no, it's down. Yeah, right and down inverted, and we keep repeating this process until the white corner piece goes in. So we do the same with all of them. So for example, this one, white, green, and orange. So we move it directly opposite to where we want it. And we do the algorithm again. Right, inverted, down, right, down, inverted, right, inverted, down, right, down, inverted, etc. until we get the piece in. You might have to repeat this process a few times to get this corner piece into place. Do the same with the others and you should be able to get your white face.
The maximum amount of time is 6.
Okay, let's pause it now. So now we have solved the first phase and all the first layer. So now you see these colors are all lined up with the center pieces. So next what we're trying to solve is the second layer. We try to do this by getting the edge pieces into these 4 slots. So to do this we find, okay, so now I want to solve the green and orange edge piece. So we look for the green and orange edge piece. Now this green and orange edge piece is here, which is already in the second layer but orientated wrong and located wrong. So we need to get this out. We can get this out by moving this slot up, and then we move it away and down again. So now the centerpiece and the edge piece will be separated. So now we do the same algorithm again to get this corner piece back, and now the edge piece is out. So now the green and orange edge piece should be lined up with the orange centerpiece, because it's the side of the piece that's facing you. So this side is orange, so obviously we're lining it up with orange, and we're trying to get it to the left side, the left position, so it's called the left flip. And so the algorithm for this is up inverted, left inverted, up, left, up, front, up inverted, and front inverted. And now we get that piece in. And we do the same for all the other pieces. And if you find that there are any other edge pieces stuck within the second layer, ignore that and move on to another one. So for example, if we wanted to solve the red and green centerpiece and it's already in a second layer, we'll ignore that and move on to another centerpiece, not centerpiece, edge piece that's already out. So we look for the orange and green edge piece here. So now this must be moved into the right slot because it's moving to the right. So the algorithm for this is basically the same thing but opposite. So it's up, right, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up, and front. And now you should be able to get that edge piece in. Then now, because we have already replaced that edge piece, the red and green edge piece would come out. And so we do the same algorithm that I've told you earlier to solve this. And we do this until we have finished solving the second layer. Okay, now we're up to the last layer of the cube. Now, there are a few algorithms for this, and there are different cases for it too. So, the only pieces relevant in this algorithm that we should concentrate on are pieces that form a cross. So, all the edge pieces, the corner pieces are irrelevant. So we only concentrate on all the edge pieces. So now this case is the backwards L. Well, because it looks like a backwards L. And another case would be if you get a bar. And sometimes you might get, if you're lucky, you might get a cross. And also sometimes you might see a dot. So, it's all the same algorithm for this to get all the way onto the cross, which is what we're aiming for. So the algorithm for this would be front, right, up, right inverted, up inverted, and front inverted. And when you do it on the dot, it doesn't matter which way you're facing, you should get the backwards L. When you get the backwards L, you do the same algorithm, but make the backwards L orientated so it's forming a backwards L and there's an empty spot at the bottom. So now we do the same algorithm again, and we should get the bar. When you get the bar, you have to orientate it horizontally, so it faces you horizontally. And you do the algorithm again and you should get the cross. When you get the cross, we want to line up all these edge pieces on the cross to line it up with the center pieces on the cube. So now we look for one that's already lined up. If you have none lined up, you line one up yourself, which is obviously done by turning the top. So now that we have lined up the blue edge piece with the center piece, we have to go on and line up the other edge pieces. So the algorithm for this step is right, up, right inverted, up, right, and 2 up. And now you see the white bar and then you just line it back up. Now, there should be 2 matched up, but if there isn't, then you just have to turn it until there's 2 matched up. So if I just turn this anti-clockwise, it would be lined up, 2 of them. So now, if you see 2 lined up already, then just leave it like that, and take it so that the second one that's lined up is to your right, so that you have an unlined centerpiece and edge piece to your left. So now you make this face you and turn it like this. So now the non-lined up edge piece is facing you. So now you do the algorithm again, making sure that you have orientated the cube right. And then if you do this algorithm, you should be able to line all of them up. Okay, now that we're done that, this is the second last step. We are trying to orientate and circulate all these corner pieces into the right places. Try to look for a corner piece that's already in the right place, not necessarily orientated correctly. So this corner piece is already in place, but it's not flipped correctly. So we leave this on facing our right. So now, this algorithm that I'm going to tell you will switch these three corner pieces around. And you keep doing this algorithm until all the corner pieces are in the right place, but not necessarily orientated correctly. So the algorithm for this is up, right, up inverted, right, left inverted, up, right inverted, up inverted, left. And now we see that all the corners are orientated correctly. If not, if two corners are only orientated correctly, just continue doing this algorithm until all corners are in the right places. So now we're up to the last step, and this step is the same as the first algorithm in the video. So we take the corner piece that we want to orientate correctly onto our top right, and we do right inverted, down, right, down inverted, right inverted, down, right, down inverted. Now, sometimes you might have to repeat this algorithm twice or maybe 4 times depending on which way this yellow face is facing. So for this time, I'll have to repeat this algorithm 4 times to line it up. And don't ever change the orientation of your cube, only turn the top face. And always keep the face that's facing you in the same position, and never turn your cube. If not, you mess your whole cube up. So do this again, and you should be able to line all your corners up in your cube. Okay, end the video.